Good morning, Flosstube. It's Lisa here from the Shady Tree Stitches, and welcome to my Flosstube number 23. My Flosstubes are mostly a journal of my cross-stitching progress that I have made starting this year since I've got back into stitching. So I'm really thrilled that so many of you are joining me on my journey and watching my progress, and I really appreciate the comments and likes. So welcome new people, and thank you for coming back to my regular viewers. I don't have a lot to say today, but it is Saturday, so it's time to make my weekly check-in. I'm in the family room today, which is a bit different because my son's the only one here at the moment, so I thought I'd make use of the slightly better light and show you what I've been up to. What have I been up to? Oh my goodness, a lot. So I have finished school this week, so now I'm on holidays for a few weeks, looking forward to a lot more stitching time. But I've been progressively doing a lot of things. Got all my homework done for magical stitches and literature for the week and the month, and also for Shirl's group. So I'm keeping up with all of them. I'm really happy this week actually comes into plans, but Shirl's posted homework, which is to go back and catch up on anything you couldn't do before. So that's nice to be able to try and do that, although I'm still going to struggle with patriotic pieces because we just don't have a lot of patriotic things down here in Australia, and what we do have, I don't have any of started, and I'm not starting new projects, so we'll see how I go with that. My biggest thing this week is that I started, as I told you last Saturday, I started my first ever HAID. Now, I'm not a HAID person, and I know there's people who watch me that like the fact that I'm not a HAID person, but I'm always keen to try new challenges. So this year I've already challenged myself in my Challenge Yourself Sal to do my chatelaine, and I'm also starting this HAID because I want something that's long range. So this one is a quilt sample, mini quilt sampler by HAID from Jane Wister Scott, and I will insert a picture here of what it's meant to look like, because I don't actually, I do have the printout, but I didn't bring it out here with me. And I actually stitched on this all day Saturday and for another challenge during the week, and I ended up doing 849 stitches. Now, don't die of shock. That's my 849 stitches there. So I started in the top corner, but I was really thrilled that it had a big black line basically down the side. So that meant I went down as far as the black line. The bottom of the page is probably about here. So yeah, work our way across. My goal today is to do some more stitches on that. This is actually going to be homework for this week and for monthly, I think for both Magical Stitches and Shirl's group, daily journal. I need to work out the name of that. So I'm excited to get onto that after I've got started. So I was stitching on that. I was also, of course, doing my daily stitching on my We Are Human Sal. So here's a photo of where I was up to last week, and here's where I'm up to this week. So I've nearly finished this. This is actually the first section. This is like in the middle, but I started on the top corner. So I'm finally up to the first section, and then obviously I've got to catch up this part up here. And then I think I'm almost up to date other than what's about to come out for next month. So there we go. So we have some great little water things there that I was able to use for a few different things. Magical Stitches homework. I had to do something on a tombstone, and I do not have anything Halloween because I don't celebrate it. And what I do have will be occasional witch or something, not tombstones. So I was going to do my homework in relation to my other project, but then I decided that, well, look, these actually look like the sorts of ships that you could get buried at sea in. So my tombstone's there. That's the best I can do for that one. But I really, really like these cute little guys. They're not finished yet. They look like strange aliens. But yeah, I'm really loving this sale. It's so good, and I really thank my friend Sarah, who convinced me I should do this one with her. So we're working on this one together. Well, I hope she is. I haven't heard from her much because she had a baby a month ago. So happy 1 month old baby. The other thing I did this week is I worked on one project. Back to the way I like to do it. And I worked on my country cottage kids range, and I worked on, I'm trying to fold it up so that it looks a bit neater. Garden girl. I have a finish, in case you can't tell. It's done. Woohoo! And she's beautiful. May all the little seeds you sow be turned kindly so they grow. And what I really like is that I did something different here with the actual words. I used a DMC variegated, number 4515. And those beautiful browns. In the original it had some sort of a brown variegated, plus I made her hair darker. And I'm also really thrilled because the pattern for that is going to a lovely home. As I keep saying, I love the generosity and the wonderful friends I'm making in this community. And one of those lovely friends actually really liked this pattern, so I'm thrilled that I can pass it on to her to stitch. And she also is going to take my Quilter's Home pattern from me. So they're going to a really lovely lady, Glenna. Glenna's on Virtual Stitches and other sites. So thank you for wanting to take those ones, Glenna, because I will get them posted off to you shortly. So I'm really, really excited to have another finish. My finishes, I'll show you again, just so gorgeous. So this one I've got to find a frame, put it up in my daughter's room, I think. A nice square white frame. That'll be one of my missions for the holidays, to find that. So really exciting with that. So that's actually all my stitching. I've only stitched on the 3 projects this week, but I made a lot of progress. And I think that's the way I'm most happy. I've made that fit into so many different homeworks. I know it, I can't even remember what they were now, but I did 1,000 stitches for a year long for the magical stitches. I did some monthly stuff for shells, I think. I did weekly stuff. Because of the way my weeks run, my homework comes out basically on my Monday. So my weekends, I've usually finished my homework and I get to work on other things. Hence why I'm working on my Haid today. And after that, I'll obviously do my 30 minutes on my human cell. And yeah, got another plan too. So I do have a little bit of haul this week. Very exciting. The first bit of haul is, I do like project bags, but I can't afford to buy lots of them. And they're really quite expensive. But Miller's, and I'm not sure if I've shown you these before, Miller's dress shop have these great little bags. And just to give you an idea, well, here's my A4 size of paper, which is our standard size in Australia. So your A4 or your American letter would fit into it quite nicely. Holds my my 11 by 8 Q-snap, which is my favourite size to stitch with, really easily, and all the threads and everything. So $5 new project bag, but for $5 couldn't just get one. So I have a beautiful bright lemon one. I have a white one that says Paris, London, Sydney, New York, Tokyo, and random leopard print one. I thought this might go really well for that animal Haid, and I decided to get it happening. So I bought myself 4 bags for $20. So 4 bags for less than the cost of one, and they'll last pretty well. And the next thing I got was my fabric from the Crafty Leanie Fabric Dyeing Club. Now, she messaged us earlier in the week, and she said that, or early in the month, and said that it was going to be really, really, really bright and out there. And I was a bit worried because last month's one, the bright orange, which I'll show you again in a minute, was bright and out there. But she sent me this one. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely glorious purples. So really, really, really love it, and it's not too bright at all. Definitely will find a home for that. And it came with a really cute little needle minder. So this fabric is 28 count. It's 20 by 22 inches and it's called Nightshade. So I'm really, really thrilled with that. So that's going to go towards one of my ladies, one of my fairies. The other thing is I've been working on making my own needle minders. Now, most of you guys will know, well, I never even used a needle minder till this year. But needle minders generally come with a magnet on them, that size. See? You put it through the fabric and then you can stick your needle or whatever onto it. Well, I decided, okay, I'm going to make some. So I went and ordered some magnets. And look at the size of the magnets I got. Give you a hint, there's a paper clip. But still does the job, so I might have a range. Look, quite firm. Pulling on that quite tough. So I'm going to have a range of mini needle minders soon. Don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I'm going to have them made. Just hate the gluing. I was doing some this morning. So that's my haul. Now there is more haul on the way. Just saying, I have been shopping and I did actually have a bit of bad luck this week. I had to go down to Sydney for a trip on Tuesday for a doctor's appointment, and I went, and Wednesday morning I got back after having plenty of time up my sleeve in Sydney, and I got a message from Janet from JK's to say that my Lowry frame was in stock ready for me to pick up. And I went, no, you're kidding, I was there yesterday. So I'll have to wait a few more weeks till I can get down to Sydney to pick it up because postage is just so ludicrous. Okay, so that is my haul. But then I also have Stitchy Kindness. And, last week I think I was showing you my wonderful Stitchy Kindness from Joni. Well, this week the beautiful Glenna sent me some patterns that she didn't want anymore. And I just realised one of them's not here. Okay, well, she sent me one of my favourite designers, a pattern from Told in the Garden. The quilting, isn't that just beautiful? That'd be a nice, quick, easy one to do. And that's why I know she wants to do my other one. And she's also sent me her pattern, which she has marked, and I don't have a picture of it. I'll insert a picture here, Angel of the Sea. So she also has sent me her pattern, and I say it's got a few markings on it, but still very usable. So I'm looking forward to adding that to my collection. And plus, she sent me a couple more of the Barbara Bart's Angels. Well, so she sent me the Native American one, and then also this one, South American Angel. And we decided last night on Virtual Stitches that this is the one I'm going to start for the Barbara Bart's Angel Sal. She's so bright and colourful because I want to put her on this fabric, the really, really bright orange from last month. So I think that's going to be a really good match. Really, really bright and colourful. Just so you know, this was 28 count fat quarter autumn from the Crazy Leanie fabric dyeing. It's an Australian one. Thoroughly recommend her. Her products seem great, and prompt delivery. So every second month I get a fabric, and I like that every second month idea. Doesn't break my bank. So my mission this week is going to be to actually get this one up. So still a few I'm looking for. Still don't have the Japanese one. Would really like the Japanese one. I think it was a Chinese one. Russian. Anyway, if anyone has any of these, message me. I'm interested in completing the set. So thank you very much to lovely Stitchy Kindness people. So this week I really, really appreciate it, Glenna. Don't know how I could build my stash otherwise. So that's my plan this week, is to get that one kitted up and possibly started, to continue with my Haid and see what my Magical Stitches homework brings me. I may as well tell you, the homework that I have from the 30-minute a day Sal group, as I said, it was actually came in at totally lost my train of thought. Sorry. See, turn on Facebook and I totally lose my train of thought. See a message and go, oh, need to read that. It's very bad. Okay, the rest and recuperation week from the Daily 30 challenge, obviously my Daily 30. The tasks I haven't done because I joined a week or so late. I need to do 100 stitches in red. Sure, I can achieve that. 200 stitches on something sweet. Easy. 200 stitches on something patriotic. Yeah, well, I don't know. That guy, the guy in the human cell. Is that Christopher Columbus? Maybe. I'll have to look that up. So yes, I had to do something like 200 stitches on flowers. So I used, when I was my stitching from yesterday, my garden girl to get that finished. About 434 on that one. And I also had to do, what was the other one? Oh, anything, 300 stitches on anything. So I got that one done. Stitch on a Thanksgiving piece. Not sure. Could maybe do my pumpkin farm because you guys use pumpkins around Thanksgiving. Well, I'm not really sure. Another 200 stitches on something patriotic. So if I can find something patriotic and do 400 stitches, I can get it done. And I need to do 300 stitches on something with a dog. Maybe my Haid. That's a possibility. So that's the homework I know about. Apart from that, I am running a bonus virtual stitches catch up this Thursday. So in Australian time, it's the 4th of July. But in American and England time, it'll be the evening of the 3rd of July. So if you're interested to just jump on and have a chat, stitch with some other people. There's no project requirements for this one whatsoever. It's just a jump on and stitch. The only requirement is that you are stitching. We don't really like to feel like we're on Big Brother and have people just watching us. We like to actually just sit and stitch and chat to people who are stitching. You know, occasionally someone's having a rough day and they jump on just to say hello. That's okay, but when you sit there for a few hours and you're not stitching, it does get very, very creepy. So we do request our members not to do that. Well, the admins do, and I enforce their rules quite willingly. So yeah, running that event this week. So you'll be able to see me on a bonus YouTube on the Virtual Stitches channel for that event. And if you're interested in joining, then please just come to Virtual Stitches. But I do ask, if you do join Virtual Stitches, it is about chatting with people live. It is about being on and having a conversation with people and listening to other people while you stitch. And to join the group, you do have to answer 3 questions. Like, where did you hear about it? You need to say, like, you know, I heard it from Shady Trees, Flosstube, or whatever. If you just put Facebook, it's sort of like, well, that's not really a good enough answer because that could just be anything. So we're always looking for new members. I'm particularly keen to build up the Australian contingent. Anyone who likes to stitch in the Australian evenings, would really love to see you. Or if you're over in America or England and you like to stitch in the morning, be happy to see you then too. All right, guys. Well, this is a very brief video, but I will catch you next week. So happy stitching. Keep well.